Everyone's telling you what the top priorities are for the CFTC, but what do you think as chairman should be the top priority for 2015?
Well, there's a number of them. One is finishing the remaining rules required by Dodd-Frank. The margin rule for uncleared swaps and the position limits rule are at the top of that list. There's actually, those are the main ones left. A second priority is continuing to try to fine-tune the new framework to make sure it's working effectively, particularly for commercial end users who need to hedge routine commercial risk in these markets. We want to make sure they can still use the market effectively. Another priority is clearinghouse oversight and making sure our clearinghouses are resilient. We've made clearinghouses more important in the global financial system now, so we got to make sure they have the resources and the operational procedures to remain strong and stable. I would say another priority is data harmonization and working on the whole system we're creating for collecting and using data. And a final one is continuing to have a robust enforcement and compliance effort.
Last week at the SIFMA Ops show, Kara Stein, the CFTC, SEC Commissioner, suggested the creation of an Office of Data Strategy. Is that something the CFTC would consider?
Well, we already have a lot of people working on data strategy and thinking about it. We're leading the international efforts to try to bring harmonization to some of these issues. This is, again, people have to recognize this is a big project. We're trying to go from a situation where we collected essentially no data on a $600 trillion market that involves thousands or tens of thousands of participants, that's global, that involves lots of variety in terms of products, to a system where we collect the right data, meaningful data on a real-time basis and can analyze it effectively. That's a big job, but we are light years from where we were in 2008. In 2008, we had essentially no information on this market. Today, you can go to websites and look at price and volume information for swaps that are trading. You can look at our reports that give snapshots of what's going on. And internally, we're in a much better position to do oversight. There's still a lot of work to do, but we're making great progress.
And of course, you made a lot of news today and yesterday about the flash crash and the firm that may have been the culprit. Do you think that another flash crash could happen again?
Well, I guess I would say the following. First of all, the case we brought yesterday is against an individual who we think engaged in trading which contributed to some of the market conditions that led to the flash crash. It's important to remember the flash crash was created by a confluence of factors. I would say that we're very focused on the effects of things like electronic trading in our markets today. Electronic trading has increased dramatically. It's brought a lot of benefits. Greater efficiency, lower prices. But it also brings potential risks and problems, such as the spoofing that we're now going after in several cases, or simply people having unfair advantages. And so we'll continue to look at those issues both from an enforcement standpoint and from the standpoint of our regulatory framework, our rules.
And the participants at this event and others have said they're frustrated by the multiple regulatory reports they have to file, and sometimes there's overlap. Sometimes it's actual repetition. So I guess a part of better harmonization among the regulators would be perhaps a streamlining of that process?
Well, I guess I would say when people bring particular concerns to us about possible duplication, we'll do our best to address them. We don't want to make people engage in unnecessary or duplicative reporting. But I think, again, we've made a lot of progress in creating a framework that's bringing some oversight to this market. We need to fine-tune it. We're always willing to engage with market participants about the best way to do that.
Okay. And of course, in other news, Gary Gensler apparently has joined the Hillary Clinton campaign as a chief financial officer. Do you have any comments or thoughts about that?
No, other than that Gary is a very talented person. I think he, did a great job at the commission. He's been helpful to me in my transition, and I always wish him the best of luck.